again.
Hello.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Marlin.
A.K.A. Gee. And today we're going to be reacting to someone I haven't reacted to in about a year. Been doing that a bit lately. Today we're going to react to TJ Kirk, a.k.a. the Amazing Atheist, and for those who go way back, the Distressed Watcher. For those who don't know, many years ago, TJ Kirk was, while he was on here in YouTube as the Amazing Atheist, he was also on Channel Awesome, where he called himself the Distressed Watcher, tried to keep them separate. And as the Distressed Watcher, he did movie reviews, trailer reviews, and top 10 and sometimes even top 8 lists. Yeah. And today we're reacting to one of his top 8 lists. This is the top 8 strange early roles, where he takes a look at the first time roles for some pretty well known actors of today and just highlights how odd they are. Let's watch.
You know, we've all done things that we're embarrassed by, things we wouldn't want our friends or colleagues to know about. But if you're an actor, especially a big famous actor, chances are your embarrassing moments have been immortalized in film or television. These are the 8 strangest early roles of A-list actors. Number 8, Christian Bale in Mary, Mother of Jesus. When I think Christian Bale, I think Batman and Patrick Bateman. I certainly don't think Jesus. But that's exactly what he plays in this movie. Jesus. And you know, it doesn't look like it's a particularly bad movie. It doesn't look like there's too much to be embarrassed by here. But it's just really, really odd to see Batman playing Jesus. At least he didn't do it in the Batman voice.
Yeah, I get the
Number 7,
religious stuff.
Bill Maher in Cannibal Women of the Avocado Jungle of Death. Social activist and all-around smelly hippie Abby Hoffman once said that sacred cows make the best hamburger, and Bill Maher seems to have modeled his comedic career after that. And while he's never been an A-list actor, he has been an A-list comedian who uses his acerbic wit to spew vitriol at mainstream America. And whether you love or hate the guy, it is hilarious to see him in such an insipid role as this.
Oh, you have to get in the water? I didn't even bring any trunks.
If this movie were made today, you would see someone like Carlos Mencia in this role. Number 6, Jim Carrey in The Deadpool. Before Jim Carrey was being unintentionally funny in his attempts at dramatic roles, and in fact before he was being intentionally funny in his comedic roles, he was being unintentionally funny in dramatic roles. In this film, the final installment of the Dirty Harry series, Jim Carrey plays a heroin-addled rocker modeled after Axl Rose.
How can I sing with shit exploding all over the place?
What? Number 5, Jack Nicholson in Little Shop of Horrors. Before he starred in The Shining, Batman, As Good As It Gets, The Departed, Jack Nicholson played a smiling masochist with a dentist fetish.
Most people don't like to go to the dentist, but I rather enjoy it myself, don't you? I mean, there's a real feeling of growth, of progress when that old drill goes in. I mean, I'd almost rather go to the dentist than anywhere, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Number 4, George Clooney in Return of the Killer Tomatoes. George Clooney is a highly talented and extremely respected actor and director. In this movie, he plays the douchebag best friend with really big hair who gives really bad advice.
See what I mean?
I see a beautiful woman making us breakfast. We should be this lucky every
Great
day.
mullet.
Chad. She's sexy, she's smart, she cooks, she cleans. I think you found the perfect one.
Number 3, Clint Eastwood in Revenge of the Creature. Clint Eastwood is the quintessential badass, the ultimate outsider, the rogue outlaw of American mythology. But before Before that, he was a soft-spoken, geeky lab technician whose role in the film seems to have been created solely to tell an unfunny joke about mice.
Are you sure you fed them all this morning?
Sure, I always feed them.
How'd they get in here?
Number 2, Morgan Freeman, The Electric Company. Morgan Freeman is God. And I'm not talking about his roles in Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. He really is God. He is the perfect actor. Every role he's in, he exudes wit and wisdom and warmth and intelligence. And just look at this.
I'm Vincent, the vegetable vampire. In the night time when tomatoes start to streak, it's only Vincent, the vegetable vampire, sleeping in the garden of your dreams.
Number 1, Sylvester Stallone, The Party at Kitty and Studs, a.k.a. the Italian Stallion. When I was a kid, I used to hear rumors all the time that Sylvester Stallone once starred in a porno.
Yep.
Rocky starred in a porno. I didn't believe it. I was a very skeptical kid, and I'm a very skeptical adult. And one thing about skepticism is that usually when you're skeptical, you're right. Your chain is being yanked. Your leg is being pulled. But this time, I was wrong. Sylvester Stallone really was in a porno. It was originally called The Party at Kitty and Studs, but after Rocky was such a big hit, the people who owned the rights to the film changed it to the Italian Stallion so that they could capitalize off of Rocky. Basically, their ad campaign was, you saw Rocky? Now see Rocky. Fuck! No thanks. But yeah, it's still hilarious. How can you top that? Really, there's no topping it.
And that's it. Short, sweet, to the point.
I don't think any of these roles are particularly embarrassing. I mean, maybe Rocky's role, Stallone's role, but the playing on Sesame Street and
I'm not sure if that was Sesame Street or the Electric Company.
Yeah, he said the Electric Company. Yeah,
Yeah.
That shows some breadth. Jack Nicholson, there's nothing wrong with that role. I mean, it's just.
Well, the video is called Strange Early Roles.
Yeah.
And I guess a few of them do fall into strange. Like the strangest one of these to watch was Morgan Freeman as the vegetable vampire.
But he did it well.
He did, yeah, but
he did it well. But it was
just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And Stallone is
maybe if he can do that well, God's a piece of cake.
Stallone in The Party at Kitty and Studs.
Mm-hmm.
That is the first credit on his filmography.
Mm-hmm.
Only film of that type he ever did. When asked why he did it, Stallone was like, it was either do that or starve. Like,
yeah, he was struggling.
He said he was homeless at one point in his early days. And 1971, he said for 2 days he got like $200 for that movie.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, it is funny how they remarket it as the Italian Stallion.
I'm sure they got a lot more revenue from it that way.
I do, on some level, agree with TJ's first strange role. It is funny to think of Christian Bale as Jesus, just like how William Dafoe was Jesus once, just not an actor you picture.
I suppose, Morgan Freeman, God, Christian Bale, Jesus.
The one that's the most You were saying?
I was going to say, you know, I think in your early roles, you know, you got an agent probably who says, I got a role for you, and you just do it.
The early role that seems, I guess, the most bad, just based on the clip he showed and the reputation it has, is Bill Maher in Avocado Woman in the Jungle of Death, I think he called it.
No, that was probably, that, excuse me, TJ, that is probably embarrassing. That is just like so ridiculous.
Aside from it being one of Bill Maher's early films, it's known as one of many films in the filmography of Shannon Tweed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jane Simmons' main lady. And Jack Nicholson in The Little Shop of Horrors, I know about that. You guys got me a tape of that when I was like 9.
Yeah, yeah.
And a fun thing with that is when Jack Nicholson became big, video companies would market the movie by putting him on the cover and making it look like he's the star, when he only has that one scene as the guy who gets turned on by having drills in his teeth. And just, it's over the top, but he plays the hell out of it.
Oh, he carried it well. Yes, he did.
And the favorite part is when the guy who's not a dentist has to drill, and he says, "This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me." And Jack's like, "Oh, goody, goody, here it comes." Ah. And Clint Eastwood in Revenge of the Creature, the sequel to The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
He finds a mouse in his pocket.
It's definitely a strange role, not just for him,
Yeah.
but in that movie.
Yeah.
It kind of comes out of nowhere. It's just meant to be like a comedic scene that doesn't really match the rest of the film.
Okay.
And it's just so random, you don't know what to think of it.
I don't know what to think of it other than it's just it's a bit part.
Yeah, and Clint would be in his mid to late 20s at the time. And I can see it. I can't see Clint there. Just seems like he hasn't developed the gravelly voice quite yet.
No, he didn't go to Italy to make the westerns yet.
So even though it doesn't reach your standards of embarrassing first roles,
Maybe Bill Maher.
yeah, that one does look pretty embarrassing.
Yes.
What'd you think of TJ's list?
Oh, it's a good list. TJ himself, he's strong in intellect. He's well spoken. It was a good presentation. I'm surprised he didn't give it a little bit of a couple sentences of wrap up at the end, but maybe he just felt these speak for themselves, and I don't need to say anything more, and so maybe he was trying to embrace brevity.
His other top 8/10 lists usually fell into the shorter length. Like he just kind of was straightforward, gave what was necessary, didn't go on too long, and I could be wrong, but I believe this was near the end of his tenure with That Guy with the Glasses / Channel Awesome, and he's talked about how near the end he just wasn't as passionate about some of the Distress Watcher stuff as he used to be.
Yeah, I got it.
But I do think it's a fun little video. It's cute, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, and he went through the trouble of finding all these sons. It was good to see them. It was fun to see them.
I like TJ Kirk, like you said. Well spoken, well thought out. He's very edgy and offensive, obviously, which turns some people off. But he does put a lot into his videos, and he is very smart, and he's one of my favorite YouTubers. And his Distress Watcher videos, well, it's from a long time ago, and a lot of people have probably forgotten about it. I enjoy them. They're pretty cool and fun movie reviews, and every now and then he still does a movie-related video of sorts, and hearing him talk about film is always a blast, especially when he does it with his friend Paul.
Yeah, he carries your interest. There's no two ways about it.
So anyway, that's our reaction to this very short video. It's a fun little list and fun little presentation by the Distress Watcher, and if you want to check out more of those videos, then follow the link to this place where you can find them. They're pretty hard to find these days, and hope you enjoyed our reaction. Hope we were at least a little interesting, and if you like what you see, check out more videos, maybe subscribe, and stay fucking safe in this pretty stressful time. I know I am. Later.
Later.